Hello and welcome back to Talk Data to Me, the podcast where we decode the future one story at a time. In today's headlines, a new tool that turns sketches into cinematic videos. Crazy. A teenager whose AI may change healthcare forever, and the startup wiring America with AI-powered surveillance. And I do have one more surprise story that I'm going to get into. So let's dive in. Our first story, Higgsfield's Draw to Edit. Now, Higgsfield AI has dropped Draw to Edit, powered by their Nano Banana model. And it's rewriting how we think about content creation. It's crazy. If you can, you just see the visuals. Look at this. This is crazy. Here's how it works. Upload an image, sketch or annotate on the canvas, and watch it morph into cinematic quality video. I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw Hermione and Harry Potter holding like water gun Uzis, and Hermione she had her middle finger up. I said, this can't be real. And I clicked on it, and that's when I read the story about it. So no prompts, no timeline headaches, just pure creativity. Now, the system taps into VO3, Seed Dance, and Minimax for full motion control, making it perfect for ads, branded clips, or creators looking for maximum flexibility. And here's the kicker. Higgsfield was offering a 1 year of unlimited Nano Banana generations for free $99. But it was only until the end of last week, unfortunately. But why does this matter? Because this is not just an editing tool. It's a replacement for traditional shoots and editing pipelines with workflows that rival Photoshop and After Effects. So now let's get into Matthew Shen's AI for Parkinson's detection. I'm actually very excited about this one. So let's talk about this breakthrough that blends brilliance with compassion. Matthew Shen, a 16-year-old student from Toronto, has developed an AI system capable of detecting early signs of Parkinson's disease from just a 3-second voice recording. Now, his system reached over 91% accuracy, and his research was published in scientific reports in April of 2025. The AI leverages CNNs, RNNs, MKL, and MLP models trained on 81 recordings using SHAP explainability to highlight vocal biomarkers like MFCCs, jitter, and shimmer. Incredible. This isn't just academic. It's non-invasive, inexpensive, and accessible, especially for remote or underserved communities. That's also beautiful. I love that. Matthew even added a probability-based scoring system to track disease progression. Again, all-encompassing. And why does this matter? Because early detection changes everything. I think this is exactly what healthcare is supposed to do. Let's take preventative measures. I was about to go down a rabbit hole. I'm not going to do it today. And it shows the power of youth-led innovation in healthcare. What they say, a child shall lead them. Come on, lead us, children, lead us. Now, this next headline, I didn't mention this headline. And there is a reason why I didn't mention this headline. And this is not the last headline, but I think that it is a very heavy story. And I came across this again on Instagram, always on Instagram. I came across this on Instagram, and in my studies and research on the developments of AI and how quickly and rapidly AI is progressing, it did create concern within myself. And the reason why it created concern is largely because AI is designed to function of its own volition. Like that is the whole sole purpose. And so in my mind, I'm always wondering, well, what are humans going to do? How are we going to function? So I know I'm going to butcher this man's name, and I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to this man. We're going to call him Dr. Yam, but I'm going to try to say it. Dr. Yampolskiy, girl, goodbye. Super intelligent AI might be uncontrollable and could end civilization. So Dr. Roman Yam, widely regarded as the founder of the AI safety field, now warns that building advanced AI systems might be fundamentally unmanageable. As machines grow exponentially smarter, our safety efforts are advancing in a much slower, linear fashion. The result? A widening gap where AI capability outpaces human control, placing billions at risk. Now, Dr. Yam has stated that while he once believed safe AI was possible, he now questions our ability to prevent a future where superintelligent systems act autonomously without our capacity to predict or intervene. These are not glitches or misbehaving chatbots. The real danger lies in a form of intelligence so advanced that we simply cannot steer it. I mean, this is kind of a catch-22, right? Because, the whole purpose of infrastructure is to design something that runs of its own volition. It runs of its own volition in a good capacity, meaning the systems that you set in place for the purposes that you designed this system for, it runs to do that. And the minute that there is any discrepancy within this said infrastructure, the system itself is designed to catch it. It's super intelligence. We certainly didn't think that if we created something to be a super intelligence, outpass that intelligent individuals. He also predicts, which is what we covered on this show multiple times, he also predicts mass disruption in employment. His prediction, are y'all ready for this? Up to, in this instance, I'm not laughing because it's actually funny. There's nothing funny about 99% job loss by 2030. And in the interview, he gave a timeline, which confirms a timeline from another video of another gentleman that's in the AI space had said that by 2027, a lot of things are going to kick into gear. I don't think there is no industry that is being left undone by AI. Higgsfield, is another gentleman I'm following who has landed his artist a record deal. His artist is AI. Complete everything from the visuals to the music. Everything is AI. And I don't want to misquote the number that the artist was offered, but it's definitely in the double-digit millions. So why does this matter? Getting back to the topic. Because this isn't sci-fi, people. It's a wake-up call from AI safety's founding voice. The exponential versus linear safety gap could define our future. And the stakes are existential. It is advantageous to learn about AI. It is advantageous to pick a skill. You might need to completely pivot. It is advantageous to prioritize learning AI. Every single industry, every single job will be affected by this change. I don't think people fully understand how the world works. Most people don't even realize that the United States of America is actually an incorporation. It's a business. And the reason why things are moving the way that they are, and we have a president that is pro AI, because a lot of people in other countries and other places around the world once had contracts with America because America was the leading power source. As years progressed, as time progressed, things changed, things evolved. And they realized, hey man, y'all are really moving and shaking a lot of things. Y'all are really in control of a lot of things. You're in control of a lot. America was put on this pedestal. America is no longer on that pedestal. And we're seeing that. And a lot of these nations, when they're reestablishing contracts, and a lot of them are coming out and saying, Trattori being one of them in Africa, I hope I said his name right. We don't need America's money. We don't need y'all resources, right? We would have contracts and hey, we'll form a contract with you and we'll source your diamonds and we'll bring your diamonds over here because we have the jewelry district and we can sell those diamonds and we kick you back a profit and we make a profit. They don't need to do that anymore. So now America being the business that it is, this is why you have a social security number. America being the business that it is, we've got to pivot. America has to pivot because they know they're no longer the leading power source. The one thing they had was the gold. You don't have that. China is now number 3 in terms of having the most. Upskill, learn AI. So this last, and I didn't want to end it on that note, this last and final story, Flock Safety's AI surveillance. Now, let's look at how AI is reshaping public safety. Atlanta-based startup Flock Safety, led by CEO Garrett Langley, has deployed over 80,000 AI-powered cameras across the U.S. and partnered with more than 5,000 law enforcement agencies. Their tech captures license plate, vehicle fingerprints, and even integrates with drones and 911 calls in real time. That's a great and terrible thing, honey. With a valuation of $7.5 billion, Flock recently raised $275 million to expand into U.S. manufactured drones in a Georgia plant. But here's the tension. Flock envisions a future where AI eradicates crime by 2035. That's beautiful, that's hopeful, that's advantageous. While critics argue this edges us towards mass surveillance, but that's what's wanted, mass surveillance. Privacy concerns have already forced them to pause federal programs. They got to create a diversion first, particularly around sensitive search terms like immigration or abortion. Now, in Dunwoody, Georgia, drones using Flock tech are now beating patrol cars to crime scenes. That's great. So the question becomes, safer streets or a surveillance state? Ultimately, with numbers like this, there are so many people who, and I get it on one hand, will refuse to learn a new skill. The older you get, the more set in your ways that most people become. Only far few between understand that change is an ever-present reality. I mean, depending on the locale that you live in, you have 4 seasons. And or if you don't have 4 seasons, you might have a variation of 2. And if you don't have a variation of 2, if it's always hot or it's always cold, it's not always hot every day. It's not always cold every day. There is some form of change. And I think everything around us denotes and is a reflection of what should be happening with us as people. But change is frightening. Change is uncomfortable. It's very comfortable to stick with the technology that we knew. Imagine if we still had rotary phones, not just for fashion or for show. Now, 4 stories, and the common thread between all those stories is the future is being designed faster than we can debate it. But what's the most alarming thing to me is that majority of the public is not even chatting about the changes that AI is currently employing, that AI is currently doing. Like, people just aren't talking about it, completely unaware of it. From creative pipelines to healthcare surveillance, AI is rewriting the rules of our lives. Now, don't forget to subscribe to Talk Data to Me for more stories like these. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and talk data to me.